You may know the title The Red Shoes from a multitude of places: the Hans Christian Andersen European folktale, the musical by Matthew Bourne, or whatever this is.
Return! On Tuesday. No, wait, let me check my calendar. Thursday.
You got to be kidding.
Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs.
Or of course you may know it from what is in my opinion the best of the four, the Michael Powell and Emeric Pressburger collaboration in 1948's movie The Red Shoes. The movie is a stunning mix of colour and dance, possibly the first fusion between cinema and ballet, an event viewed as controversial at the time, with critic George Bortin writing in 1946 it would be sacrilegious to write of cinema and ballet in the same sentence. Yet, despite the striking colours and music, what people most remember from the movie is its vibrant colours brought by cinematographer Jack Cardiff and production designer Hein Heckroth. The colours are so deep that the great Roger Ebert, when reviewing the film, said, "You don't watch it, you bathe in it." Heckroth, who primarily thought of himself as a painter, was brought on board by Powell and Pressburger to be production designer after working on storyboarding for their previous films. He spent most of his effort designing the movie's most iconic scene, a 17-minute ballet sequence where the borders of the stage fall away into a dreamscape sub-reality where the directors basically allowed Heckroth free range in what he did. Heckroth painted nearly 200 images, setting up every frame with gold, blues, and taking full advantage of the late 40s visual effects. The effect was further heightened by the 3-strip Technicolor, harnessed by cinematographer Jack Cardiff. The 3-strip Technicolor process was a form of filming now legendary in film circles, with its sharpness and vibrance forever looked back as one of the best colours at capturing machines possibly of all time. Of course, with its results, the process of creating was equally difficult, requiring a 500-pound beast of a camera that would use 3 rolls of film at the same time, one sensitive to red light, one green, and one blue. These 3 rolls after production were printed into a special matrix film, where each would be then soaked in different complementary colour dye: cyan for red, magenta for green, and neon yellow for blue. The 3 would then be layered with a 4th black and white film strip, which acted as receiver to the colour dye for the 3. All in all, the process was highly technical, complicated, and expensive, but did achieve miraculous results. The movie, one would imagine, is based off the 1945 Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale for the same name, but instead follows a stage production of Andersen's story, with Moira Shear playing the ballet's titular star. However, the movie maintains the moral of the tale of a character fighting for a standing in the fairy tale, literal red shoes, but in the film it is the leading role in the red shoes, the shoes then presenting the protagonist Victoria's ticket to ballet stardom. Directors Michael Powell and Emeric Pressburger do not steepen the movie to a fairy tale logic, with the movie set in a more heightened reality, blending fantasy and reality further and further throughout the movie. The colour scheme is the most major indicator of this, shown when comparing the beginning's more drab brown and grey hues for London streets, where the film stays firmly cemented in reality, before later going into bright reds, yellows, and blues for the Mediterranean's more sunny, bright backgrounds, which host many of the film's stranger, more fantastical themes. This is also presented in Anton Walbrook's character, the conniving, manipulative Boris Lermontov, who in his deceptively charming performance may have brought to life one of my favourite on-screen characters. His theatrically vampiric-looking pale makeup hinting to the blend of on-screen performance and the characters' lives. And the lighting of his surroundings when he's alone seem to shroud mysticism around him, with the dark shadowy rooms calling up images of the Universal monster movies' looming castles. However, a scene where this use of colour to hint at fantasism is most prevalent is in the scene where leading lady Victoria Page is told she's gotten the starring role in The Red Shoes. The 2 directors and cinematographer express their confidence in Technicolor immediately, with close-ups of actress Moira Shear, the camera picking up her fiery red hair. Framing the scene as a fairy tale, Victoria pulls up in a horse-drawn carriage and flows in a turquoise dress to a picturesque Mediterranean castle, a shot of her climbing the stairs representative of her rise to success. The scene continues to feel fantastical with the reveal of Victoria's role in the normally dark tuxedo-wearing Boris Lermontov, sporting bright casual clothes with the near bordering on campy. But this is more truly due to the fact that, for Victoria, the scene is a dream. It presented more like that than reality. The digital colour of red is surprisingly limited, which from the title and reputation of the film creators comes across as surprising, but unlike the directing pair's later movies, the colour is, despite its brilliance, used more sparingly. Only a handful of frames are drenched in the colour, instead it's dotted around in the background of frames. This, however, is maybe for the better. What's commonly used for its vibrance and ability to catch the eye can, like most good things, lose its power when overly used. By taking a more minimalist approach, with its cinematographer Jack Cardiff, was able to accent and add flourish to shots. Minimal use also serves a second purpose in how it also adds a haunting sense to the film. No matter what you think the red is represented, by using the colour so little gives the effect of the shoes silently haunting Victoria, always in the background watching. The movie also started the trend of ballet being mixed with horror, the tragic if not grisly ending of the story, of the toll and personal trauma taken on Victoria, has a horrific element, and the inspired movies like Black Swan, Passion, the Suspiria remake. The latter taking direct visual cues from the Red Shoes, with its spinning point-of-view shots, where Victoria first notices Lermontov, which is mirrored when Dakota Johnson's Susie first notices Tilda Swinton. It also was the first time the sensuality of ballet was mixed with the death in film, this eventually evolving into the slasher genre, with killers' more sensual motives for murder, often prompted sometimes subtextually by dance. Brian De Palma's 2012 film Passion, an example of this, split-screen image of ballet being performed compared to the performance of a much more lethal act. Yet, however you look at the movie, either as the start of a more bloody horror or a metaphor for Icarus flying too close to the sun, I think everyone can agree that if you see a pair of red shoes, maybe give them a wide berth. They're bad news. Hi, this is Luke. If you liked that video, please like and subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications about new videos.